Hello viewers, welcome to today's show. This is Teens Untold with me, Auntie Madge. It's another Sunday and you're back and you're so grateful and so thankful to God for another day. And today I want to talk about post-traumatic stress. I just want to give generally like the basic, like what is post-traumatic stress? How do you tell or how do you know somebody is going through post-traumatic stress? And of course, if you're going through or you know someone is going through the same, how can they get help? Today, I just want to give like generally the basics, because on our next show, we'll be having of course, a guest who will be a teenager, and of course, we'll have a guest who will also be a specialist, a teenager speaking on behalf of teenagers, and of course, the specialist trying to tackle and deal, and of course, help the teenager and others out there to understand and know if they are going through it, know in deep, like what to do and what to go about it. So for a start, I want to start by defining what is post-traumatic stress. Okay, to a simple definition, it is a normal reaction to an abnormal event. Okay, the reason why I want to talk about the definition definitely is like I want people to understand that it is normal. There are so many people out there who will make you feel as if what you're going through is not normal. After a traumatic event, after going through a lot of stress, there is trauma. And of course, when you're going through the trauma out of that traumatic experience, there are people who will make you feel as if it is not normal. So I'm here today to let you understand that and to make you know that it is very normal to go through all those feelings, all those emotions. There are people who lose it completely. There are some who don't. And that is why I always tell people, we react differently, but to the same issue. For example, if like you might have gone through a situation similar to another person, but the fact that this other person was in a position to handle it better than you doesn't mean they are abnormal. It doesn't mean that they are better than you are. No, we all react differently, but to the same issue. You find that there's someone who is going through a home whereby there is domestic violence and they can handle it so well and they continue living life normal. But there's this other person who the same thing is happening, but they can't continue living life normal. It's hard of them. It is weighing heavily on them. That doesn't mean you're abnormal. No, it is very normal, completely very normal. That is why we describe it as a normal event. It is a traumatic, but it is normal to have those feelings. It is abnormal to lose it. There's nothing wrong with that. The best thing is, how do you handle it after losing it, after going through all those emotions, after going through those heartaches, all those breakages and all that? How do you handle it? That is what is important. But I'm here to make you and let you understand that it is very normal to have those feelings, to go through all that. So when you're going through, don't be seated out there thinking you're abnormal, that it is not okay. It is very okay. It is very normal. The only thing you need to do is communicate, is talk, find someone you can talk to, and everything will be fine and everything will be okay. So what are the signs, some of the signs that what are some of the things or signs that you might see or probably experience that may help you know or understand if you're going through post-traumatic stress? One of it is sadness. You feel very sad at all times. You don't want to talk to people. You don't want to mingle with people. You don't want to be around people. If you have such a feeling in you, it is always good to seek help, because probably you have gone through you've been going through stress, or maybe you're involved in a very traumatic experience, and you start having that feeling of being sad at all times. You don't want to be around people. You just want to be away. You don't want to mix with people. You don't want to mingle with other people. It is always good to seek help. Try to talk to someone. Try to talk to a friend. And when it comes to talking, I always tell people it is always good to be careful to whom you're talking to. Because there are people you talk to and they're going to use that information against you. They'll always use it as a weapon to silence you, either when they want something or when they want to make you keep quiet. So it is always good to make sure like whoever you're talking to, it's somebody you know so well. It's someone you know they are going to journey with you. They're going to help you. And if you have no one like that around you, you can find a counselor, of course. There are pastors in churches. You can walk to any church. You go, you find people you can talk to. And of course, they're going to stand with you. They're going to pray together with you. And of course, you're going to stand and you're going to be fine. We say a problem shared, it's a problem halfway solved. So it is not good to stick with those feelings. It is not okay to stick it in you, like you keep it to yourself. It is always good to talk. Talk, talk, talk. And as you talk, it is out. And of course, you talk and you meet people who are going even worse situation than you are. And of course, they give you a word or two, and it empowers you and it helps you to move on with your life. The other feeling is you become very irritable. You are angry at all times. At times you're talking to people. At times you're dealing with people. They are telling you like normal, the kawaida things, but you're there, you're getting so irritable, angry at all times. If you're having such feelings, and you have gone through a traumatic event, it is always good to communicate. It is always good to talk to someone. I always encourage a lot of talking and talking and talking and talking. Because the more you talk, the more you hear. I can remember back in the days, there was a time I was going through a very traumatic situation, and I had chosen to keep it to myself. But what did I come to realize? The more you keep it to yourself, the more it eats you on the inside, the more it disturbs you, the more you get even more stressed out, you get more worked out, and at the end of it all, it can even push you to a self-destruction mode. So what did I come to realize? After talking to someone, after talking to people out there, I came to realize when you talk about it, it gets out. And of course, you meet people who have gone even, who have gone through even worse situation than you're going. And of course, they encourage you, they stand with you, they journey with you, and eventually you're fine and you're okay. And of course, you even learn more on how to deal with those emotions and feelings that you're going through. And of course, you realize you're not alone. You're so many that you're going through the same situation, and of course they stand with you and they help you. And that is why I'm saying, as you talk, make sure the people you're talking to, they are people you are sure they can journey with you, they can stand with you, and they are going to help you process all that. What else? The difficulties in sleeping. At times you can't even sleep. I always tell people, if you reach to a point whereby you need a pill for you to sleep, that is an alarm. And of course you need to talk to someone, because that's what is making you not sleep normally. It is always good. At times you're not even aware. But the moment you talk to someone, the moment you go to a counselor, the moment you see a therapist, and you tell them that I must take a pill for me to sleep. Like I can't sleep normally. They are going to journey with you. Even if you're not aware if you're going through these feelings and emotions, at least they will be in a position to journey with you, to help you understand. Like maybe what you think is normal is not normal. Maybe what you think is like it's something like kawaida and all that. It is not. And of course, they're going to help you learn how to process it well and nicely. And of course, it's not going to weigh heavily on you. And of course, you not need that pill no more to sleep. And of course, you have to sleep. You'll have to sleep normally. Because of time, there are so many of them. Yeah, of course, you can Google, you can find books on how to know like more of like those feelings that you usually have. You avoid people, you're nervous at all times, you have panic attacks at all times, you have what do you call, flashbacks of like probably what the trauma was. The moment you start having those flashbacks, you're having panic attacks at all times. It is always good to find someone you can talk to, someone who can journey with you, someone who can stand with you, because it is not okay. Because the more you continue being that person, the moment you continue keeping it to yourself, it makes the whole situation worse. There is nothing abnormal in talking about it. And we always say, the moment you talk, the people you talk to, how they handle that information, it's absolutely none of your business, because you're not responsible for their thoughts. You're not responsible for their way of thinking. The only thing you're responsible for is yourself, the choices you make, not the choices they make. You can tell them, they end up judging you. When they judge you, that does not define you. That does not define who you are. It only defines who they are. It only defines who that person is. That is who they are. Whatever they say, whatever comes out of them, out of you sharing with them, that does not concern you. What is important, it's like you shared. You did talk about it. And when you talked about it, the problem was halfway solved. How others take it, it is their responsibility. It's always good to be responsible for yourself. It is always good to put yourself first before others. Because when you don't do that, nobody else will. Let us learn how to focus on us, and we care less of what other people think, what other people say. Let us quit giving people the authority to define who we are. The only person who can define who you are, it's yourself. Because you're the author of you, not other people. What other people say only defines who they are, not who you are. From there, I want us to look at the events that can lead to post-traumatic stress. The first one is rape, which is also very common nowadays, being sexually assaulted. In these times of COVID-19, it has brought forth like so many ups and downs. There are teenagers out there whose parents were working, they're no longer working. They cannot even provide a single meal. And at times you just find yourself out there trying to make ends meet, trying to help, give a hand. And in the process, you're taken advantage of. The people you went to, the people you trusted to stand with you, to help you, to give a hand, they ended up taking advantage of you and you get raped. You get sexually assaulted. When you go through such an event, don't keep it to yourself because it ruins you. It eats you every single day. In your mind, you're thinking, I had to do this in the process of probably lending a hand to my family. But out of it, I was taken advantage of. I was raped. I was sexually assaulted. I was taken advantage of. Don't keep it to yourself. There are so many counselors out there whom you can go to. Go to a church. I tell people, if you just people that feel that you feel the people around you are not safe with your secret, you can walk to any church. Talk to whoever you're going to find there. And of course, even if they're not going to journey with you, they are going to lead you to somewhere whereby you'll be taken care of. You can go empty yourself. There are so many things that can be done. And make sure if it happens like today, report it today, even if not to the police station, but try to talk to whoever you're gonna feel safe talking to on that particular day, so that even if it is maybe probably whoever took advantage of you, they were HIV positive, there are drugs that one can take. We call them the PEP. You take them, and of course, if whoever took advantage of you was HIV positive, that can be prevented on you because you're going to take those drugs and you'll be fine. If it is something like pregnancy, of course, there is an emergency pill that you can take to avoid you don't become pregnant. Don't wait until the aftermath of the event happened, and that is when now you're speaking now out, because it will be very late. Because for the HIV drug, it has to be before 72 hours. If you talk after 72 hours, there's nothing much that can be done. The same even with the pregnancy. If you talk after 72 hours, the conception has already happened. So it is always good to speak up immediately. Find for someone you can talk to, communicate so that at least something can be done. But don't keep it to yourself, because the more you keep it inside you, it ruins you, it destroys you, it eats you. And at the end of it all, you end up with a lot of anger, you end up with a lot of bitterness and a lot of pain. And when you have a combination of those three, I always tell young people that is a recipe for disaster. You just like what do we call at a lorry, petroleum rolly imeanguka mahali, it's just waiting for like a simple spark to just explode. That is when you find like the young people, they are like the anger in you pushes you even to killing or to doing bad things out there, things that people don't understand, even the reason why you're doing them, people don't understand. But it is that what was burning you on the inside. So it is always good to speak out, to find someone you can talk to, and of course that will be taken care of. The other thing is it is like an accident. They are serious accidents. Of course, nowadays there is the increase of abuse at home. You find that nowadays, due to like the situation that is happening, COVID-19, losing jobs and all that, there is rise of domestic violence at home, parents fighting, and of course it weighs down on like on the young children, the children. Tunasemanga fahari wawili wakipigana nyasi ndo umia. So of course when those fights are there, nyasi ni watoto, like you, the young people, that get hurt the most. So it is all when there is those domestic violence at home, it's always good to understand that you're not responsible for what is going on at home. It's between the two of them. Okay, as much as like you cannot be far or maybe detached from what is going on, but it is also good to seek for help. If you just feel like it is weighing heavily on you, and of course you just feel like you can't take it no more, it is always good to talk. And that is why I'm using the word talk from start all the way to finish. Why? Because I want you to understand how important and how healthy it is to just pick it out. Just talk to someone. Don't keep it in yourself. Don't say, no, ini siri ya nyumbani, sitaki kusema. No. Nothing like that. It is very important to talk about it. For the last time when the time you had gone for the holidays for the 11 days, I did get an opportunity to like have a talk with the teenagers in a certain church. And if this one question that was coming up at all times, like when my parents are fighting, Am I supposed to be part of the fight? And my answer was no, because you don't know where the fight started. You have absolutely no idea. You're not part of the fight. You're not the reason. So stay away. But if it gets worse, because at times you might feel like they want to harm each other, you can run to the neighbors. You can call one of the neighbors that you know that can come and, of course, try to like help them like sort the issues out, but don't be part of the fight, because a lot can happen there in between, and of course that maybe something bad, and we don't want you young people to get involved in such. So stay away, don't be part of them. But the most important thing is to talk. Even when you go to school, I know so many schools, not even so many, like all schools nowadays have a counseling department. Try to talk to your teachers, and if you're not free with your teachers, their aunties, their uncles, friends, just find someone that you can talk to, and whoever you're talking to, make sure they are older. They are old, not the young people, because the older people have the experience. They know what it takes. They know how to go about it. So they'll be in a position to stand with you, to journey with you, and to make sure you're well taken care of, and everything will be fine. Something else that I want to bring to your attention is that with post-traumatic stress, people react differently. There are some people that it weighs heavily on them. There are some that it doesn't weigh heavily on them. For you who can handle that, stop making the ones that can't handle it feel as if they are abnormal. They are very normal. And of course, if you have someone who is going through the same, if they can handle it on their own, the better. If they cannot, it is always good to find a mentor. You can find a counselor. You can find a therapist that can journey with them, that can talk to them and can help them understand and, of course, process everything, so that at least they can be in a position to live life normal. That is all we had for today. Until next time, this is Untold. Goodbye.